We go live. Okay. Thanks, guys. Wow, this is something else. This technology is amazing, and I'm grateful for it. But man, oh man, we've been working at this since we started at 11, and there's a lot of boxes to tick and a lot of things to turn on so that I can get this nice camera working and I can get this nice microphone working, and I think everything's working. So without further ado, welcome to the live stream, and thank you so much for joining me. I think there's about 40 or 50 of you out there right now listening in from all over the globe, which is amazing, amazing. One thing I've learned from this request process is that I don't know how it works for other artists, but you always think maybe everybody's going to vote for the same 10 songs. No, you guys, each of you likes different songs. So I had basically requests for, if you go back and look on the Facebook and the Twitter and the Instagram feeds where you guys were voting, you'll see there was about 65 or 70 different songs were requested, which of course is impossible. So what I did is I went through and basically the songs that got several votes, we winnowed it down, and I think everything got 9 or 5 or 6 votes minimum before they went on this list, which leaves us with 10 songs, which is a lot. So I'm going to not talk very much, and I'm just going to play, and I'm going to see if I can get us through these 10 tunes. Again, thanks for joining us. A little bit of homework before I start, which is Jennifer Johnson, who is in the chat room with you folks, and answering questions and basically typing, because I'm just going to talk and sing. She's the one who saves my bacon and makes sure that we are going live in the right way. And my hat's off if I had a hat. Thanks, Jennifer. And sorry for being low blood sugar earlier. The other piece of homework is to let you know that I've decided to continue with this live streaming in 2 different ways. I'm going to, next Tuesday, I'm going to I can't remember what time. Jennifer will post what time we decided we were going to do it. Basically, we're going to go Tuesdays and Sundays. And the Sunday stream, which is today, from here on, the Sunday stream, which is the Keep Your Distance, is going to be me and another person, a guest, beaming in, and we will communicate and chat and play songs back and forth. And there's a huge list of people I'd love to coax into my stream, and we'll just see. Everybody's really busy with this, so we'll see where that goes. But on Tuesdays, given the interest in all these songs, and given that I'm going to play through 10 and try to stop talking, I figured it would be interesting to just go under the hood, and that's what we're going to call it, with a song a day. So every Tuesday, I'm going to pick a song that you guys have requested, and it'll be sometimes a new one and sometimes an old one, and I'm going to play that song, and I'm going to talk about why I wrote it and how I wrote it. And at the end, there'll be a little guitar lesson, in that I'll tell you what tuning I'm in, where I capo it. And so, I mean, by all means, watch now. I don't know how, I'm trying to set up the shot so that you can see what I'm doing. But the idea is that with the under the hood thing, I'll just sort of take songs apart one by one, and you can get a sense of where it came from. That, depending on how many people are there and what kind of questions you're asking and that kind of thing, it might be a 15-minute stream, or it might take longer. But so Tuesdays will be the under the hood. Sundays will be the Keep Your Distance, which will be a more sort of formal hour-long back and forth with some other artists. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to turn the reverb on, and we're going to start. And the first request, I mean, I could do them in any order, but I'm going to start at the top of the list. This one is this one's a memory that goes back to when I was really young. It's basically in some ways the first road song, because a lot of my songs are road songs. I love the idea of road songs because there's where you're going, where you've been, and the getting there, which is sometimes a whole album ends up being about the getting there, the journey. So this road song is sort of memories. I mean, in some ways, people call this the Canada song. The official title is The Longest Road, but the idea that for me, you can't go back. You can't go back home. And so even a place like Canada, where I live, obviously, is still this, in my memory, is this kind of fictitious place. And that's what this song is sort of about. So, The Longest Road. I'm standing at a window, I'm pressed against the past, I'm looking on in black and white through the eyes of photographs, and I'm falling into faces, cultivated smiles, two-dimensional. Je me souviens, Canada. Out of Gastown in the morning, on a train in '69, into the arc weld of the rising sun, we left the coast behind, and the wheels rolled in a rhythm, and I heard in them for the first time the endless song of traveling out of Canada. Oh, Canada, the longest road I've known, paved with the kind of broken hearts that lead to broken homes. Looking backwards, I remember the cracks in all the paving stones and the distances I've traveled out of Canada. Out of Gastown in the morning, on a train in '69, into the arc weld of the rising sun, we left the coast behind, and the wheels rolled in a rhythm, and I heard in them for the first time the endless song of traveling out of Canada. And I think I sang that verse already. Trying to think of the next verse. I can't remember the next verse. I'm completely thrown. Through the dog days of the prairies, the boundless sky above our heads, and my stepfather looked for mounties in the streets of Winnipeg. He told them that my mother's love had stole his heart away, and we all stood there posed for Polaroids of Canada. Oh, Canada, the longest road I've known, paved with the kind of broken hearts that lead to broken homes. Looking backwards, I remember the cracks in all the paving stones and the distances I've traveled out of Canada. I awoke wrapped in my mother's arms on the docks of Montreal. The ships lit like Christmas and the moon a swollen ball. And when a sailor spoke of England, I'd never felt so small. I waited until the ocean turned from emerald to gray, and the wind threshed the water, washed our wake away, and the seagulls blew like words back to the mouth of the St. Lawrence as we sailed out on the Empress of Canada. Oh, Canada, the longest road I've known, paved with the kind of broken hearts that lead to broken homes. Looking backwards, I remember the cracks in all the paving stones and the distances I've traveled out of Canada. First country of my youth, my heart was ever drawn to you, like a tongue to a broken tooth, in a world where everyone was always a-leaving. I was trying to keep my fingertips on Canada. On Canada. So, the longest road with a complete brain fart in the middle. People are asking if that's the new Manzer. And by the way, thanks. I should turn the volume off on my phone. When I was trying to find that lyric, Jennifer texted me the start. Oh, turn the reverb off. Sorry. Jennifer texted me the start of the next verse. So thanks, Jennifer. Yes, this is the new Manzer. And I figured, what the hell? I'll just play the whole show on this one today. For some reason, the camera is turning everything backwards. So sorry about that. My Walk the Line poster is now saying, in your earth claw. Yeah, this is my new Manzer, and that is my signature inlaid in abalone backwards. There you go. So is everything sounding okay? Is the level too hot? Are we good? We are good. I'm going to keep going. It was really interesting to see which of the newer songs and which of the older songs got picked. And I think I'm going to go to an older song, but a sort of a middle older song. What you will notice as I go back into, I think it's amazing to me how much of my repertoire now is in drop D. And here's another one in drop D. The Longest Road's in drop D. Yellowjacket, which I'm going to play now, is in drop D. I don't know. I think it was Jim Keelahan introduced me to drop D tuning, and I've loved it ever since. I like singing in E's and F's. So when you take a D and you capo it up too, you're in E. So this tune, Yellowjacket, this is off the, it's a title cut off the album of the same name. And Yellowjacket's the one I won the Juno for, which was amazing. And it was also the last record of new songs that I put out on True North. Yellowjacket kind of marked the end of as Danny the Dealer says in Withnail and I, we have come to the end of an era and we have failed to paint it black. That's not an exact quote, but it's good enough. And Yellowjacket kind of marked the end of an era because it was the last record that of new music that I put out on True North Records. And it was kind of the last time that we sort of went through that whole cycle with even though, you know, True North was an independent label, it was a hell of a lot more official than Fearing and Loathing Music, which is basically me and Jennifer and my laptop and an office full of stuff. Back then it was, you know, it was still a record company. So Yellowjacket was, it was quite a seminal and important record for me. And here's the title cut. And perhaps this would be a good candidate for the Under the Hood series, which I talked about earlier. I'm going to turn the reverb on again. Boy, this is going to be hard. What you dream is what you get. Anything can happen. Following the big beat. If your dreams haven't happened yet, you just keep dreaming. Following the big beat. They call me Yellowjacket, 'cause I've never run away. I'm Yellowjacket, come a long way to find the big beat. I left home on a summer's day, took off with the queen of the freeway, following the big beat. I used to think that the world was bigger out among the saints and the sinners, following the big beat. They call me Yellowjacket, 'cause I've never run away. I'm Yellowjacket, come a long way to find the big beat. You and me, oh, we're running behind and following, you and me. We're running behind and we're flying on our feet. I got stuck in Honeytown. Truth is where you find it, following the big beat. Sugar cane and coming down, I learned to like it, following the big beat. And they call me Yellowjacket, 'cause I've never run away. I am Yellowjacket, come a long way to find the big beat. You and me, we're running behind and we're following. You and me, oh, running behind and following. You and me, and we're running behind and we're falling, flying on our feet. What you dream is what you get. Anything can happen. Following the big beat. Following the big beat. Following the big beat. And for those of you who know the inside joke on that song, when I first played it for my manager Bernie Finkelstein way back in the day, because I was still on True North Records and still had a manager named Bernie Finkelstein, and I played it for Bernie, and his first response was he listened and he said, following the big B. And I said, no, following the big beat, as in the big beat, like Jim Morrison and the big beat. And he thought it was cooler as the big B, that was kind of psychedelic. So I got very paranoid. I started making sure I pronounced the T. And then, of course, that would make me laugh. And I actually had somebody show up at a show in a bee costume, and the hilarity ensued. Anyway, okay, Jennifer, what are you telling me? Turn the reverb off. I'll never remember. I'll try. If I end up talking with reverb on, it's just that when you're singing without reverb, it sounds kind of dry because there's a microphone literally right there. And of course, then if I leave it on when I'm talking, it sounds like I'm in a cave. So I'm probably going to forget. So just deal with it. What else can I tell you? Anything? Folks watching from Seattle. Hello, Seattle. If that's Greg and Laurie. And if it's not, same to you anyway, whoever you are. Hepworth, I know who that is. Paul and Di, God love you. I was just over in Hepworth not long ago. I just got out by the skin of my teeth before some raging storm came in. Kakabeka Falls, Ontario. Wow, welcome. And Surrey, BC, Saskatoon, and a bunch of other places. How lovely. Hi, Aunt. And so, yeah, people who've got my WhatsApp coordinates are wailing away too. What weird times we live in, huh? Oh my God, I can't believe how strange this is. Half the time I want to burst out crying, and the rest of the time I'm just laughing because this is so bizarre. So yeah, welcome to the Keep Your Distance happy hour. Okay, where were we? So we've done Longest Road and Yellowjacket. I'm going to play the next one that got the sort of the most votes. Is going to be another sort of a quieter song. It's nice that you didn't all vote for ballads, because this would be the lullaby, go to sleep, keep your distance hour. The next one that got the most votes is very gratifying because it's a newer song. And as you know, I did sort of discount anything from the Unconquerable Past, and a number of you asked for those songs, which is very exciting when it's not just the old stuff that people want to hear. But since I just did side A and side B, the two sides of the Unconquerable Past with Terry David Mulligan, those I'm not sure if they're already archived. Jennifer can address that in the chat room, but if they're not, they will be soon, and you can go and watch me and Terry David Mulligan talking about side A and side B of the new album, The Unconquerable Past, and playing songs. So these songs are all drawn from everything prior to that. And here's a song from Every Soul's a Sailor. And this is Red Lights in the Rain, which you guys like, which is really cool. I'm glad you like it. And I didn't put the reverb on again, so I'm going to put it on, and here it is. It's alchemy in motion on the highway. Those headlights making diamonds out of rain. And the feeling that you don't know where you're going, when you know for sure exactly where you've been. Oh, we held on to the dream, the four-leaf clover. Everybody's gonna set the world on fire. And the little voice that whispers when it's over, you can't escape yourself when it comes down to the wire. Nothing says I'm hungry like a baby. No one says I'm lonely like a train. We never said goodbye, never even tried. Nothing says I'm gone like red lights in the rain. And it seems like my whole life has been in motion. I learned to pack a suitcase as a child, and I'm always drawn to sit beside the ocean, with the water and the wind and the tide. Ah, but I'm weary of living like a sailor, drifting with the current in my veins. A man gets to feeling like a failure when he's looking for a place to drop the anchor once again. Nothing says I'm hungry like a baby. No one says I'm lonely like a train. And we never said goodbye, never even tried. Nothing says I'm gone like red lights in the rain. Nothing says I'm hungry like a baby. No one says I'm lonely like a train. We never said goodbye, never even tried, and nothing says I'm gone like red lights in the rain. Red lights in the rain. Ooh. Red lights in the rain. One of the things that might be fun to do in the under the hood thing is drag out some of the notebooks, because it's I don't know. Sometimes I look back and there's such sketchy little notes about a song. That one just started from this little tiny snippet that I wrote down somewhere. You're driving around and something pokes your interest and you write it down, and then suddenly, a year later, it's a song. Yeah, let's play this. I love that you guys like this tune. This is one of the songs off of the Every Soul's a Sailor that in some ways it feels like a continuation of the madness that started right around that time. Everything that's going on in the world. On the one hand, we are a global village after all. I started doubting that about 6 months ago. I started thinking maybe that whole idea was just false. But then it takes a virus to show us how linked we really, really are, and how much we're relying on each other and depending on each other. If America does decide to go back to church and Easter, well, we're all going to feel that. So yeah, welcome to the global village. But this tune is aimed at the it's aimed at that other political virus that was sweeping the world, which is sort of nationalism and conservatism. And at least in Canada, that feels like it's not exactly gone to bed, but it has gone a little bit quieter, which is nice, because I, for one, was getting completely sick of that idiocy. And I wrote this tune in 2015, but I kind of launched it in 2016, right around the time that America was deciding to go crazy and vote for Donald Trump. This is called Blowhard Nation. I don't want to live in a blowhard nation with a king in a tinselly crown. When the whole thing wobbles and the wheels come off, you know what's gonna go down. It's the same sad story about the power and the glory and the big South living uptown. It's the old rat race, so get ready for the chase. The fat cats are gaining ground. I got up this morning and I grabbed me a paper to read up on the low down. The front page feature was a weird-looking creature with a rug and a jolly frown. Some of my sinister neighbors are rattling the sabers, and the circus is coming to town. It's like a bad tattoo. There's nothing you can do. I could sure use a stiff drink now. They all line up for Christ Almighty, but there ain't no spine in the words. And when they talk of resurrection, they're thinking the election is the saddest thing I ever heard. And the whole debate has a sickening weight, like a steer when the hammer comes down. When you see the cross, you better get lost. They're gonna burn something down. I don't want to live in a blowhard nation with the king in a tinselly crown. When the whole thing wobbles and the wheels come off, you know what's gonna go down. It's the same sad story about the power and the glory, the big shots living uptown. It's the old rat race, get ready for the chase, the fat cats are gaining ground. You see the bread lines growing and the headlines growing. It's as bad as it's ever been. They're all talking while the whole town's walking down the boulevard of broken dreams. And easy money is as sweet as honey to a hick hanging off of a plow. But make no mistake, they're showing you the cake, but they never let you eat it now. I don't want to live in a blowhard nation with a king in a tinselly crown. When the whole thing wobbles and the wheels come off, you know what's gonna go down. There's the same sad story about the power and the glory and the big shots living uptown. It's the old rat race, get ready for the chase, cause the fat cats are gaining ground. Make no mistake, when they're showing you the cake, they never let you eat it now. No. It's really weird doing this in front of a screen, I gotta say. But I know you're there because I can see your names. I can see your name, Nancy Atkinson, Robin McIntyre, hello. Clinton Anderson. Clinton, I believe you're gonna go streaming after this on Facebook, is that correct? Feel free to post the link and people can just jump one to the other. It's getting hot in my little office because I had to close the window because somebody had the temerity to mow their lawn outside in the middle of my live stream. Don't they know what's going on here? And so I had to close the window. So yeah, temperatures rising. How are you enjoying? Oh, reverb! God damn it! How are you enjoying the new guitar? The other one is in its case. I'd have to dig it out if you want to hear the other one. I hadn't sort of thought about it, but I'm kind of digging playing it, and Lord knows it needs to be played. So if you're cool with me continuing to play the new one, I will do the same. Doug Champagne, how you doing? Jeanette Wooden over in England, lovely to see you. Hey, you guys asked for this one, and I'm just going to turn on my tuner here. iPhones, my life is an iPhone now. I had a number of requests for this song. Can't remember how many it got, but it's definitely in the running. So, and I know that Jeanette loves it, and I know that my friend Di and Hepworth Live. Hepworth is this beautiful little town. If you've never been, if you ever saw the TV show, The Last of the Summer Wine, is it? I think that's what it's called. It's one of those, long running British sitcoms. It's shot near Hepworth and just up the road from Hepworth. And so I always liken when I drive to Hepworth, I try and come in through the Yorkshire, the moors. And then I'm basically back to my childhood and watching All Things Great and Small, that great TV show about the vet who lives in Yorkshire and kind of drives around in this old car and delivers cows. Anyway, whenever I go to Hepworth, which if I'm lucky, I get to go there maybe once every couple of years and play in the village hall, I always play this song because I know Diane likes it. And here you go. Line of crosses in a path. Reverb, goddamn it. line of crosses in a path, the wire highway of the telegraph, on a sea of prairie snow, like a picture long ago. And I was riding on the wheel, I was thinking on the past, looking out across the fields, watching people turn to photographs. Every sailor knows the truth of the anchor and the chain. Hold them close to you if you don't want to drift away again. Every gypsy knows the way, like the buttons on his vest, and the sun lies down before you out on the big east-west. In a silo up ahead, the golden promise of the sun, grind it up into your daily bread, bring it home to your loved ones. But once and every now and then, when you get back from the wars, you turn around 'cause you're gone again to that wide open shore. Every sailor knows the truth of the anchor and the chain. Hold them close to you if you don't want to drift away again. Every gypsy knows the way, like the buttons on his vest, and the sun lies down before you out on the big east-west. Every sailor knows the truth of the anchor and the chain. Hold them close to you if you don't want to drift away again. Every gypsy knows the way, like the buttons on his vest, and the sun lies down before you out on the big east-west. On the big east-west. Thanks, I love playing that tune, and not in drop D. Reverb off. My sister just texted me and said hilarious. So I'm glad my sister and Judith and George and my ma are watching this, which is nice. They're out in Nelson, gathered around somebody's computer. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. It means a lot. You know, the joke about the Canadian musician who won the lottery and got $1 million, and they said, "What are you going to do now?" And he said, he said, they said, "Keep playing until it's all gone." And yeah, it's one thing to lose your income, but it's also possibly more importantly a bigger blow to lose the thing that you love doing, which is this. I mean, not this, but playing live. It's, you know, yeah, I like sitting at home and noodling on my guitar, but to be perfectly honest with you, I like playing in front of an audience. And so thanks for enabling me. So we got through Longest Road, and we got through. Yeah, should we play something up tempo again? I think we should. A lot of people asked for this one. Reverb back on. A lot of people asked for this one. This song is about, well, I get a couple of subtle digs in at people in this song for sure. Maybe not so subtle, but also it's me trying not to take myself too seriously, which is a good thing to do right now. So now I wear my reading glasses when I decide to shave. I see myself much better now than in my younger days. Some people are obsessed with time. It rains on the parade. Oh, but time is just a silver thread woven through these golden days. I used to know a woman, she proclaimed that she loved her man. I said, no, you love the idea more, but she didn't understand. She imagined love like a velvet glove that takes all the pain away. Oh, but love is just a silver thread woven through these golden days. These golden days are all we have between the cracks of now and then. Every hero and every villain has a beginning and an end. Light a fire, take your preconceptions and throw them onto the blaze. 'Cause you got nothing but your birthday suit in these golden days. I met a genuine celebrity and his ambition was his jail. Every day he locked himself inside a fantastic fairy tale. And he thought of fame like a black limousine headed out to the last hooray. But fame is just a silver thread woven through these golden days. A gambler and a priest were playing stud one rainy day. The gambler bet with his heart and his soul, and the priest counted cards like faith. He raised his eyes to heaven, so the gambler raised the stakes, saying faith is just a silver thread woven through these golden days. These golden days are all we have between the cracks of now and then. Every star and every king and every joker has a beginning and an end. Light a fire, take your preconceptions and throw them onto the blaze. You got nothing but your birthday suit in these golden days. Interesting note. In that last verse, the Joker and the priest, I've always thought of the Joker as being my old friend and mentor, Willie P. Bennett. Just in case you were wondering. So when the song is over and the last chord shimmers and dies, I drive away through darkened streets lit by stars and moonlight, to lay me down on the strange sheets of all the grand plans that I made. And I turn my face toward the dawn and another golden day. 'Cause the future rides before us as the past slips clean away. All the fast roads and the back roads stretch between the hurricanes. The things we wish we'd never done and the love we hoped would stay. Regret is just a silver thread woven through these golden days. These golden days are all we have between the cracks of now and then. Every star and every wannabe has a beginning and an end. Light a fire, take your preconceptions and throw them onto the blaze. You got nothing but your birthday suit now in these golden days. Light a fire with all your preconceptions and throw them onto the blaze. You got nothing but your birthday suit now in these golden days. Golden days. Reverb. Man, it's different doing this. I've never played these songs in this room. I've never played them in this context, and my brain keeps getting pulled to all sorts of things. And one of the things I should pay attention to right now is tuning. So let's just make sure we're in tune, because I think I'm going to play this one next. Because I mentioned Willie P in that song in the interlude in the middle. See, my brain is flipping around. The Joker and the Priest. The Joker in that verse is definitely Willie P. Bennett. In fact, I think the song owes a lot to Willie, because the big piece of advice I got from Willie years ago was to take the music very seriously, but to not take myself seriously, which is good advice for a Capricorn. And certainly I think Willie saw that unless I was very careful, I was going to take myself too seriously. And so it was timely advice, and has certainly shows up in that song. You guys asked for this one. I love this tune. This is one of Willie's tunes. When Blackie and the Rodeo Kings started 25 years ago, first thing we did was we made an album called Higher Hurtin', the songs of Willie P. Bennett. In fact, that was the reason that Blackie and the Rodeo Kings got together, but you already know this story. Anyway, this song was one of my offerings to that album. Legend has it that Willie wrote this song in his head when he was working at some underpants factory in London, Ontario. I don't know if that's true. I don't even know if there is an underpants factory in London, Ontario, but that's the story I heard, and it's a really good one, so I'm sticking with it. If you got lace, pretty flowers to give your baby, get her under your powers. If you got silks, sweet perfumes, you know she might come up to your room. But if she's got soul, she knows she's gonna bowl you over. And when my baby rolls me over, I feel like I wanna fly. Yes, I feel like I wanna fly. If you got a house, if you got satins, lots of money, diamond rings, and such things trap your honey. You got big black cars You want to let her ride. You give it all to her, and she might come over to your side. But if you got love and a deep devotion, it gets just as deep as the ocean with just you two inside. With just you two inside. A mansion in the country, you give it all to her. Oh, but she could still be empty. You could be the richest man in the world. There's nothing I know of that'll buy you the heart of a girl. But if you got love and a deep devotion, it gets just as deep as the ocean with just you two inside. 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 Lace and Pretty Flowers by my friend and mentor, the late, great Willie P. Bennett. And the inspiration for Blackie and the Rodeo Kings, the inspiration for Blackie and the Rodeo Kings, okay, what's Jennifer saying? We just hit the hour. Okay, so we got a lot of songs to go yet. I hope you're doing okay. Maybe it's time for an instrumental thing. Are you doing okay? Are you good for another three, 4 songs? Just say nothing and be completely silent if you're okay with it. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Just going to make sure I'm in tune. And friends of mine are tuning in. Lusty and Neville, how are you doing? Heike, I think maybe up in Scotland is tuning in. Man, some places are getting hit harder by this than others. I gather it's pretty rough up in Scotland, so sending lots of love. I wrote this tune in a car outside of Tom Wilson's house in Hamilton. He was late for a writing session. And this song just showed up. My poor secret shadow, how long have you walked, obscured in the dark of my shade? You were born right behind me, like a dog on a chain, watching all the mistakes I have made. When one tired candle makes a cavern of my room, and the ashtray spills over on the page, you flicker above me like a swollen balloon in the wrought iron fiction of your cage. It's a long time till morning reconfines you in the bright golden fetters of the day, when you will walk on behind me like a dog on a chain, watching all the mistakes I have made. My poor secret shadow, you are older than me. You are old as the debts I haven't paid. As you fall on me blindly like a dog on a chain, watching all the mistakes I have made. It's a long time till morning reconfines you in the bright golden fetters of the day, when you will walk on behind me like a dog on a chain, after all the mistakes I have made. You will walk on behind me like a dog on a chain, watching all the mistakes I have made. Never do a live stream without having a glass of water handy, I tell you. I hope you're doing well. Thanks again for listening. One of the things I wanted to mention with the next Sunday session, which will be next week, the Keep Your Distance, is going to be rather a special one because I will be joined by Linda Manzer and Tom Allen. I think I'm getting this right, that we're doing that, we're doing the next one on Sunday. And we're going to talk about this guitar, and we're going to talk about the old guitar, and we're going to basically remount a thing that we did when Linda gave me this guitar at the end of last year, which was called the 30-year Cowpoke. This model of guitar is a Cowpoke, and as far as I know, I own the second Cowpoke that Linda ever made, and 30 years later, she made me a new one, which is this one. So Linda and I are going to talk about guitars. We're going to talk about her career, and we're going to talk about how we met each other, and how basically Linda made something that is probably one of the most significant things that I've ever had. I mean, you can't even say had. The guitar, the Manzer guitar, this Cowpoke, and more importantly, the one that's 30 years old that's sitting in a case over there, you know, I've been playing it for 30 years. I've done everything pretty much. My entire career has been on that guitar, and now the new one. So we're going to talk about that. And Tom Allen is going to make sure that the two of us don't talk the hind legs off the donkey, and ask pertinent questions and just kind of steer the conversation. And Tom Allen, CBC host, is such a great compere and such a great eclectic brain that he'll steer us down the road. And, you know, maybe that'll go a little long too, but I'm imagining it'll be about an hour and a half. So that's next Sunday. We'll be posting all the links, all the usual stuff. And yeah, just so you got a heads up on that. So, boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're closing in. Okay, I think I'm going to play this one now. This was, amazingly, this song, reverb off, the song got the most votes, which is amazing because it's the oldest song in my repertoire, pretty much. I wrote this when I was working up in the Rockies. And it's in a full-on open G tuning, so I have to get this one right. Yeah, I was working in the Rockies as a bus driver, and I wrote this song for somebody who will remain nameless. But, you know, I was 20-something and madly in love with a chambermaid. I was a bus driver and madly in love with a chambermaid, and it was a bit of a, as Frank Sinatra would say, unrequited love's a bore, and I've got it pretty bad. Yeah, and I did have it pretty bad. And so I figured if I wrote a song, maybe I could change things. It was my first big lesson in disappointment. Okay, reverb on stun. And good luck, everyone. I haven't played this in a while. You have the most beguiling eyes that I have ever seen. They can catch me up and spin me, or leave me in a dream. Though the words you speak are truthful, you know you hurt me when you say that the time you spend with me is but a small part of your day. I have always thought that the future is what you make it, and I've always believed that my actions were my own. But tell me, can you see that to give without receiving is bound to leave my heart like a piece of molten stone? 'Cause it seems that I'm the one that always comes calling, and I'm asking you away from other friends. But I'm waiting for the sound of your step outside my door when the sun is setting low and the evening it seems that I'm the one that always comes a-calling, And I'm asking you away from other friends, but I'm waiting for the sound of your step outside my door when the sun is setting low and the evening ends. When the sun is setting low and the evening ends. Thanks. I feel like I'm really going along here. I've been joking with audiences, and I'm so used to doing 2 45-minute sets, which never are 45 minutes, but it's this old template that's been going on at folk venues for forever and ever, and I've been playing these shows my whole life, 2 45s, and so what happens is that after about 45 minutes of playing, this alarm starts to go off in your head, and it's persistent, and it's going off right now. Are you good for a couple more? I'm going to play one up-tempo one, and I'm going to play you one quiet one, and then I think we're done. If you got somewhere better to be, another live stream perhaps, or just go on, head on over. I've been amazed by people's generosity, and I'm deliberately not talking about the tip jar and all that, because at this point, I think we're all sort of in the same boat. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with government financial bailouts and all that, but I do think that the likes of me and artists are covered to a degree, so we'll see very soon. But I mostly just want to say thanks for those of you who have gone to my website and bought my records and all that lately, because there's been quite an uptick in it. Thank you very much, and I sure appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the records as much as I did making them. It's a strange thing to I feel like last year I was just stretching this rubber band with my with the most recent album, The Unconquerable Past, and also with the Blackie and the Rodeo Kings, King of This Town, creating those 2 records, the artwork, all that stuff is like pulling this huge elastic band, and then you let it go, right? And you go, pew, and that was supposed to be this year. And then suddenly it was like, ew. So I don't know, maybe we'll relaunch it and start again next year. Okay, pay attention, Stephen. Okay, this one is definitely requiring a little bit of tuning. If you are wondering, it's in Dadgad. D-A-D, G-A-D. Great tuning. Pierre Ben Suzanne, I think, plays everything in Dadgad, and he is a masterful guitar player. If you can make a whole career out of this tuning, it's a versatile tuning. You can sort of get a Celtic-y in it, but you can also get very driving in it. I love that you guys wanted to hear this one. These train tracks are unparalleled, never shall they meet. You and I are 2 sides of the same suburban street. We share the same religion, we hum the same old song, and we learn to keep our distance, and we never get along. Oh, mercy, shine your love on me. Take this blind indifference and make me see all the good around me, all the friends that keep me clean. Human beings were never born to be so mean. The cost of happiness is rising like the stink of gasoline blowing down the highway from the trucks and the limousines. In the streets, the tempers, the V8 pistons fly, curses flung like bottles at the endless passerby. Oh, mercy, shine your love on me. Take this blind indifference and make me see all the good around me, all the friends that keep me clean. Human beings were never born to be so mean. Yeah. I've been thinking about my father. I've been thinking about his son. I've been caught between what could have been and the things that we should have done. Sometimes I think the only thing that keeps you from someone is the pride you never lost and the respect that you never won. Oh, mercy, shine your love on me. Take these blind indifference and make me see all the good around me, all the friends that keep me clean. Human beings were never born to be so mean. Oh, mercy, shine your love on me. Take these blind indifference and let me see all the good around me, all the friends that keep me clean. Human beings were never born to be. Human beings were never born to be. Human beings were never born to be so mean. Thank you so much. Okay, I got one more song for you, and then we're done. Under the Hood on Tuesdays. Send me your ideas of which songs you would really like to hear, like the nuts and bolts of, and I will go into it in detail. And I'm going to do one of those every Tuesday. It's called Under the Hood. Still figuring out what time that'll be, but maybe Jennifer's already mentioned that. Next Sunday, we will do another Keep Your Distance, and it will be me, the great and legendary Linda Manzer, the woman who built my guitar and I don't know 26 guitars at this point for Pat Metheny, Bruce Coburn, Connie Calder, Susan Crowe. A lot of us play Manzer guitars. They're just amazing instruments. And Linda and I will be talking guitars and this guitar and my old one with Tom Allen hosting. So let me get out of this tuning. And what I got to do is I think I got to call some lyrics up. And play the last song. And the last song is an old one. And so give me a second. I'm just gonna go into Word. I actually had to remind myself of the lyrics for this one, and I just gotta find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a quick search. This is a highly professional show. I'm not gonna give the game away. What's it gonna be? Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Come on, PDF. Open it up. Come on. Oh, no, not that. No, 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 no. Hang on. Highly professional show. I had it actually printed off in case you're wondering why I'm not a little bit more organized. And for some reason, it just vanished on me. So I'm now reduced to going and trying to find my file. And where is it? Where the hell is it? No, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Oh, come on. Come on. I just printed it off. There. No. 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 God damn it. Okay. Is that it? No. Sorry. Terribly embarrassing. Good Lord. Where are you? Come on. I'm just going through my... I just printed this off, and so surely it should be in my... God damn it. I can't find it. Okay, I'm going to go into Word and see if I can do a search in there. Under recent documents. Why did Word get rid of recent documents? I don't know why. I know this is really exciting for you. This is really the best in semi-professional entertainment happening right here. Okay, I'm going to try and remember it on my own, which this could be really interesting. And somebody will no doubt remind me if I forget. So this song, since I can't find the lyric that I printed off, this is an older tune, and I think a whole lot of you requested this. So we struggle and we stall and we burn like pure alcohol. We curse aloud from forgotten childhood places. But my intentions were never so clear, my faith so strong and so near, my chance to draw the heart out of the aces. Coriana, look at all the planets up above. Can you imagine all the longing and the hearts that beat for love? will say what they will. Some people can't keep advice to themselves. Tough love dispensed from travel-worn suitcases. Tell me, how could I refuse this rose too magnificent to lose? And I shed my thorns when I choose the open spaces. Coriander, Coriander, look at all the planets up above. Can you imagine all the longing and the hearts that beat for love? I knew the path I would choose. I could just see myself stepping out with you. So we made this bed, and now we lie in its good graces. Though we struggle and we stall, relearn the heart's hard protocol. Will I turn to you with all my changing faces? Coriander, Coriander, look at all the planets up above. Can you imagine all the longing and the hearts that beat for love? Imagine all the longing and the hearts that beat for love. Okay, guys, that was a bit of a marathon, wasn't it? Thanks for this list. Stay tuned. I'll keep doing this as long as you keep listening, and I do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks. See ya. Logging out now.